If you love Bath & Body Works, this is the video for you. I have over 55 Bath & Body Works fine fragrance mists, and today we're gonna rank them. I'm gonna be going through my entire collection and ranking them worst to best. We have a lot of ground to cover, so grab a drink, grab a snack, buckle up, and let's get into it. But before we get into it, double check that you're subscribed to my channel. I post all sorts of beauty, body care, and fragrance content, and I would absolutely love to have you subscribe. Like I said, we have over 55 mists here. I did want to give the caveat that I don't dislike any of these scents. I actually recently decluttered my entire body care collection. If you want to go watch that video, I'll be sure to link it in the cards right now. So these are actually all of the mists that made the cut in the declutter. So all of these are ones that I actually use and really like, but some are definitely better than others. So starting in last place, we have Blush Cardigan. Now this was a bring back scent from the last semi-annual sale. It has notes of sweet raspberries, sugar dipped violet, and warm amber. So like I said, I don't actually dislike any of these scents, but if I were to pick one for last place, it is definitely Blush Cardigan. When I smelled this during semi-annual sale, I actually thought that I really liked this scent, but this has been a scent that the more I've used it, the more I have disliked it. So this is actually in my fall project pan because I really wanted to play around with it, maybe try some fun layering combos and really get to know this fragrance more. But unfortunately, over time, the more that I've used it, the more I've realized that I just don't think it's one of my favorite scents. It still smells really good. It almost has kind of an effervescence to it. Some people have compared this scent to the scent of Dr. Pepper, and I actually agree with that. It does kind of have that like carbonated, bubbly quality to it. But I also do kind of get something quite powdery from this. It might be the violet note, although I typically do love a violet note in body mists. But for some reason, this one just doesn't quite work with my skin chemistry. It's just not a scent that I find myself reaching for regularly. So because of that, this one has earned the spot of last place. Okay, next up in 57th place is Plumeria. I recently got sucked into some of the like throwback marketing and I picked up Plumeria, I picked up Country Apple, and unfortunately, neither were really my favorite. I actually decluttered Country Apple completely from my collection because it was just a scent I couldn't really see myself ever picking up and wearing. But I did decide to keep Plumeria because this one has grown on me a ton since I first smelled it. When I first got that package in the mail with Plumeria and Country Apple, I really thought that I just did not like this scent, but over time it has completely grown on me and now I actually really don't mind it. So Plumeria has notes of pink plumeria, peach nectar, red apple, night blooming jasmine, and gardenia petals. I'm not someone who typically reaches for more floral fragrances. I really like more of like the gourmand, sweet, or fruity scents. And this one definitely is very heavy on the florals, but there is almost kind of like a comforting quality to this scent. And I think between that peach and that jasmine, there are enough aspects of this scent that I actually really enjoy. So I did decide to hang on to it and I absolutely can see myself wearing this one in the future. But it is definitely not my favorite, so that is why this one has earned the spot of 57. In 56th place is a scent that unfortunately just didn't quite do it for me in the way that I thought it was going to, and that is from the new like holiday minis collection, and that is Cinnamon Spice Delight. I have a few other cinnamon scents in my collection that I really do enjoy, and I do appreciate a cinnamon note in body care, but unfortunately this one is just not my favorite when it comes to cinnamon scents. So Cinnamon Spice Delight has notes of cinnamon sugar cookie, brown butter, and gingerbread crumbs. This one does kind of have almost like a bready quality to it, and it is a delicious just cinnamon sugar type scent, but there are just way better scents in my collection, and so for that, this has earned the spot of 56th place. Okay, in 55th place is a scent that I was so excited to smell. I ordered it on Macaron because it's a discontinued fragrance, and I really thought it was gonna be like an all-time favorite, and don't get me wrong, it is a really good scent, but it's just not number one. And that is Jolly Gingerbread Village. So this scent has notes of golden gingerbread, vanilla icicles, and Yuletide timber. I heard that this was supposed to be a dupe for Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit, and while it is similar in some aspects, I do not consider it to be a dupe by any means. I recently ranked all of the new gourmand launches, and Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit was in that video. So if you want to watch that, I'll be sure to link that in the cards right now. But by no means do I think that Jolly Gingerbread Village is a dupe for Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit. Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit is like a refreshing, light ginger cookie fragrance. Whereas to me, Jolly Gingerbread Village smells more like ginger beer that would go in a Moscow Mule. While I enjoy the scent of ginger a lot, this just is not one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. It is quite spicy, it is a little sweet, but if I'm reaching for a true like ginger fragrance, I'm gonna wanna pick Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit over this one any day. It still smells super good and I do love it. It's really fun for the holidays, but it's just not my fave. So that is why it is in 55th place. Okay, next up is an absolute classic fragrance, a holiday tradition, if you will, and that is Winter Candy Apple. So I just have this in the mini because this just isn't one that I feel the need to purchase in a full size. I like it, but it's not my absolute favorite. So this one has notes of red apples, winter rose petals, and candied oranges. Apple fragrances are not always my most favorite. There are a few in my collection that I really do love, but it does take a particular apple scent in order to really like become a love for me. It's just not something that I find myself gravitating towards. Winter Candy Apple is a nice fragrance. You definitely get that like sweet apple scent, and there is a little bit of a hint of florals in the background and that bright citrus, but it's just not one that I reach for all the time. I feel pretty good about just having the mini in my collection. I don't really feel like I'll ever need to purchase a full size of this scent. I think I like this more in like the body wash than I do in a mist. Apple scents sometimes to me lean more like kind of shampoo or like showery, and that is something that I do kind of get with this one. So it smells really good, but it is in 54th place. All right, in 53rd place is Holly Jolly Lollipop with notes of sugared plum, candy-coated cherry, and winter musk. I was so excited to smell this entire collection, and I definitely was intrigued by Holly Jolly Lollipop and wanted to get my nose on it. I really honestly did not have very high expectations for this scent because I'm not always a fan of like overly like candy scented fragrances. Don't get me wrong, I do love a sweet sugary scent, but sometimes I feel like when it's like a fruity candy type scent, it's not quite my vibe. But Holly Jolly Lollipop really surprised me. It definitely has that like fruity candy type scent, but there also is kind of a more mature aspect to this where I do think that this is quite wearable. I do love that they brought this out in a mini because I really feel like this is the kind of scent that I don't want to reach for every single day, and it is just a fun addition to have in my collection. I definitely get that fruity aspect. There definitely is something sugary to it, but I do think because this one has that musk note, it does kind of have more of a wearable quality to it. And I really do enjoy it. It's not the best thing I've ever smelled in my entire life, but I do think having this little mini of it is super fun. And there definitely will be times where I want to reach for this one. Not every day, but it is a really, really fun scent. Because of that, it earned 53rd place. This next scent is one that I definitely have a love-hate relationship with. There are days when I really do like this scent. I really enjoy it. But there are other days when it is just way too much, and that is Sweetheart Cherry. So this one has earned the spot of 52nd place. So Sweetheart Cherry has notes of wild cherry, crushed pistachios, and whipped vanilla. This is an extremely syrupy, sticky, sweet cherry fragrance with a delicious kind of nutty background from that pistachio. Like I said, there are times when I absolutely love this scent, but there are other times where it is just way too sticky, syrupy. It's definitely a scent that I will always want to have in my collection because there are times when I'm kind of craving something like this, but it's definitely not something I reach for every day. So because of that, this has earned 52nd place. In 51st place is one of Bath & Body Works' newest fragrances, and that is A Toast to You. So this one has notes of sequin plums, berry spritz, and smooth amber. Definitely smells super expensive, super high end. I think you could put this in a regular perfume bottle, slap a designer label on it, and they would 100% sell something like this at Sephora. Something about this is a little bit almost too woody for me, and that's kind of why this got a lower ranking. This one definitely is very like nighttime, sexy, date night type scent, and it smells extremely elevated and extremely high end. I do love that delicious kind of plum and berry aspect to it, but the amber in this to me comes across as almost like a woody note. I love amber in a majority of fragrances, but sometimes amber to me can lean a little bit too masculine, and I think that's what's coming through for me on this one. There's definitely a time and place for this scent, and I can 100% see myself reaching for this. But because there are those aspects that I'm not completely crazy about, it has earned the spot of 51st place. In 50th place is another newer launch at Bath & Body Works, and this is Touch of Gold. So I do think Touch of Gold is almost like a sister or cousin to the scent Platinum from Bath & Body Works. They smell extremely high-end and very expensive, but then this one has more of like a berry quality to it. So Touch of Gold has notes of bright blackberries, golden orange blossom, and decadent tonka. I do think this is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. I think that Touch of Gold, A Toast to You, and Platinum are all kind of in like a similar scent family, scent category. Like they're definitely all related, but there are some distinct differences between them. I think that if you have Touch of Gold, you don't necessarily need A Toast to You or Platinum. But out of the three of those, Platinum is definitely my favorite. You'll see Platinum later on in the ranking, and I'll give you a lot more of my thoughts about that fragrance. But because this is kind of similar to those, it does get a little bit lower of a ranking, and that is why this one is in 50th place. In 49th place is another mini, and this is from their Scent Lab collection. So I only picked up a few scents from that line, and this was one of them, and this is Amber Suede. So Amber Suede has notes of warm amber, vanilla flower, and sparkling bergamot. This really is a delicious amber scent, although I will say that this scent leans masculine in my opinion. I really love this scent for layering, and I do think I could see myself wearing this one on its own, but this is a scent I am more so reaching for if I want to add kind of like a deeper and darker quality to another scent. And because of that, it is in 49th place. If you love amber scents, definitely pick this one up. This one is super good. I just personally prefer my amber scents to have a little bit sweeter of an edge, and I find this one to be a little bit more masculine leaning, like I said. Next up is Snowy Peachberry. So this is another one from that minis collection that was released this year for the holidays. And this is a repackage or like a bring back scent. Snowy Peachberry has notes of snow-kissed cranberries, frosted peach blossom, and shimmering woods. I personally love a peach note in my perfumes. I think when it's done right, it is top tier, but this one does lean a little bit more juvenile in my opinion. I think the packaging is super fun and super cute, and there definitely will be a time and place where I reach for this scent, but this, in my opinion, is like a true body mist scent. Like when I think of body mists, or what I associate with body mists, are those like really fun, kind of girly, fresh, fruity, sweet type fragrances, and that is absolutely what this one is. It smells really good. It is not my favorite peach scent in my collection, but it still is quite delicious, and that is why this one has earned the spot of 48th place. In 47th place is Ice Cream Float. So this one has notes of fizzing cola, frightfully vanilla float, and spooky sugars. In my opinion, this one smells just like those Haribo cola candies that you can get, and I do love the smell of them. It smells very similar to a can of Coca-Cola. I definitely don't get the ice cream float aspect of it as much. Like, I thought this was gonna be more like maybe a root beer float with ice cream, or like a Coke float with like a lot of that vanilla creaminess to it. But in my opinion, this one smells just like the soda versus like a soda with ice cream in it. It's really fun. It's so delicious. I love that they brought this one out. I think it's really creative, and I really like when they do kind of these more off the wall scents. I just don't necessarily want to smell like Coca-Cola every single day, so that's why this one does have a lower ranking, but I think this one is so fun. It smells so good. So it's definitely a lot of fun. It's just not something I'm reaching for every single day, but I am extremely happy to have this in my collection, and this is one that sometimes I just go and like reach for, and I just want to give it a smell because it's just so like effervescent and bright that it kind of just like is uplifting in a way. Ice Cream Float has earned the spot of 47th place. Okay, 46th place goes to another fragrance that I definitely have a love-hate relationship with, and that is Strawberry Pound Cake. This is definitely like such a classic staple scent at Bath & Body Works. I know they technically like bring this one back, but I know my stores have this all year, and I know that this scent particularly has like a cult following. There are people who this is their absolute go-to. They love it. They wear it all year. I definitely do like this scent. There's a reason it's in my collection, but in the same way that Sweetheart Cherry can be too much sometimes, That's how I feel about strawberry pound cake. So this one has notes of fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. This is a scent I 100% have to be in the mood for in order to wear it because it is extremely dense and heavy and has almost an artificially typed strawberry aspect to it, which I don't mind, but sometimes it is just a little much. So that is why this one is in 46th place. Okay, in 45th place is Strawberry Snowflakes. So I think this one has a very similar kind of strawberry aspect to it, like strawberry pound cake, but this one is a little bit lighter and brighter, which is why it ranks higher than strawberry pound cake. So this one has notes of juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. So instead of this one having like a dense pound cake note, this one has that iced bergamot that really gives it kind of a lighter and a brighter note to it, which I think makes this one more wearable and a lot more palatable on a daily basis versus strawberry pound cake, which I have to be in the mood for. There are a lot of aspects to this one that are extremely similar to strawberry pound cake, which is why I ranked them so close together. I'm not always drawn to an artificial strawberry note, but I do think this is a very delicious fragrance. I almost think this one has kind of like a bubblegum quality to it. It's super yummy. I do think this one is a little random for a holiday launch. I can kind of see this one being a little wintry because it does have that like iced bergamot note that kind of gives it almost a cold aspect. But I think this is a scent you can kind of get away with any time of year. I'm very happy to have it in my collection, and it is in 45th place. Okay, in 44th place is another one of those scents that's released every single year. I never really thought much of it, but this year I did decide to pick it up, and that is Vampire Blood. So Vampire Blood has notes of red berries, night blooming jasmine, and petrifying plum. When I first spray this one, I feel like it kind of has almost a sparkling or effervescent quality to it. After that effervescence and brightness kind of dies down, I feel like you get such a rich, deep berry plum jasmine scent that is so delicious. I really do think you could get away with this scent all year round, but it is definitely one that I associate with Halloween and fall time. I'm very happy to have added this one to my collection this year, and so Vampire Blood is in 44th place. In 43rd place is Vanilla Romance. So this has notes of fresh cardamom, vanilla absolute, and captivating woods. So this year Bath & Body Works expanded this vanilla line that they have. They have Vanilla Romance and then added Vanilla Cafe and Vanilla Ease. I actually prefer the flankers of this, or like the added scents to this line, over the original, although I do love the original. I think this is a spicy, slightly smoky, kind of unisex vanilla scent. I definitely get that cardamom in here, and the vanilla is not cakey or overly sweet in any way. It's definitely more of a true vanilla extract scent. I think it's very, very good. It's just not my favorite out of the three in this vanilla line, and it's definitely not my favorite vanilla scent that Bath & Body Works has ever done, but it still is very, very good. And so that is why this is in 44th place. Ooh, jump scare. Editing Laura reporting to you live from my office, aka my living room couch. Apparently I don't know how to count, so numbers kind of start to get a little funky. For your reference, use the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Don't listen to me because I kind of just start to throw random numbers out. And then later on, I completely leave out number 30. Anyway, whoops, my bad. I'm sorry. That's all. Keep watching the video. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, love you, bye. In 43rd place is from the Disney and Bath & Body Works collab, and that is the Ariel fragrance. So this one has notes of sea salt breeze, golden citrus, and coral waters. When I initially purchased this one, I actually didn't purchase it because of the scent. I purchased this more as like a collector's item because Ariel is my favorite Disney princess. I didn't mind the scent when I first purchased it, but over time, as I have worn this a little bit more, this scent has absolutely grown on me. This is a true sea salt aquatic citrus fragrance. It's so light and refreshing. It's absolutely perfect for summer. I love it. I love Ariel. I love the fun cap on it. Overall, super happy to have this one. So this one is in 42nd place. Okay, in 40th place is Wicked Vanilla Woods. I absolutely love this scent in the mist. I don't love it in the body wash. I think the mist is the best version of this fragrance by far. So this has notes of magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. So this is a spicy and woody vanilla, but in my opinion, this is a lot sweeter than Vanilla Romance. It kind of falls into that same unisex category, but I think that this one is ever so slightly more wearable on a daily basis than something like Vanilla Romance, which is why this one ranked higher. This is my favorite of the Halloween scents that they released, and that is why this one is in 41st place. When I was going through all of these scents, I was a little bit shocked with how low I ranked this particular fragrance. One of my absolute favorite fragrances in the home care, and I really, really do love it in body care. But ever since I've added it to my collection, for some reason, I just haven't been reaching for it as much. And I think I might have overdone it a little bit and kind of gotten tired of this scent, which is why it's ranked a little bit lower. But that is Book Loft. So this has notes of crisp bergamot, neroli, and cozy woods. So like I said, I absolutely am obsessed with this scent in home care. This one reminds me so much of Le Eau Papier from Diptyque. I absolutely love this scent. I love any sort of kind of skin scent fragrance, and that is what this one smells like 100%. It definitely is a very wearable and easy everyday scent. If you're looking for something to wear around maybe fragrance sensitive people, or you're not looking to offend anyone with your fragrance, I think this could be an absolutely wonderful option. I do think this was a wonderful addition to their fall time fragrances because this one does kind of have that woody aspect to it, although it definitely does wear very, very close to the skin and is almost like a your skin but better type scent. This is such a wonderful high-end and expensive smelling scent from Bath & Body Works, but it did earn 40th place, which was a shock to me. Okay, in 39th place is Vanilla Cafe. This one has notes of smooth espresso, whipped vanilla, and toasted hazelnut. If you want to smell like a super sweet vanilla and hazelnut latte, this is the fragrance for you. Because this one is so gourmand and food-like, that's why it did rank a little bit lower. The scent is absolutely delicious. I think I'd maybe though prefer this in home fragrance versus the body mist because I don't find myself reaching for this one as much because it is so sweet and so food-like, which in my opinion makes it a little bit less wearable, but it is such a beautiful scent. You have something super sweet, a little bit milky, you have that delicious coffee, you have that slightly nutty background from the hazelnut. It's absolutely delicious, and it is in 39th place. I am so in love with the scent that came in 38th place, but similar to Vanilla Cafe, this one is just not super wearable, which is why it has a little bit lower of a ranking. And that is from the Milk Bar collection, and this is Peppermint Bark Truffle. So this has notes of peppermint chocolate cake, crushed candy cane, and white chocolate. This truly does smell like a peppermint bark candy. You also do kind of get that almost cakey aspect from this. I don't know how Bath & Body Works does it, but they do it very, very well where they can get their scents to smell exactly like food. This is sweet, it's minty, it's chocolatey, and it's actually a realistic smelling chocolate versus some chocolate scents that I think can come across as very cheap and artificial. This one actually genuinely smells like chocolate. This is just so like candy-like and foodie, which is why it earned a lower ranking. Similar to Vanilla Cafe, I think this one would make a great home fragrance, but it's just not one I reach for all the time in body care because it is so gourmand. So in 38th place is Peppermint Bark Truffle. All right, in 37th place is also from the Milk Bar collab, and this is Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie. So this one has notes of toasted pretzel, cinnamon dusting, and sugared vanilla. This is similar to the last two in that it is very food-like, although I do think that this one is slightly more wearable. There's just something about this one that I think sits a little bit better on the skin. It comes across more as a fragrance versus something that is just trying to replicate the scent of food. I love this one. It is sweet. You do also kind of get that like bready, salty pretzel aspect to it as well. Overall, I have just been so impressed with this Milk Bar collab. They are definitely a gourmand perfume lover's dream, and Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie is no exception, and that is why it is in 37th place. In 36th place is Wild Vanilla from the Scent Lab collection. So like I said, I just bought a few from this collection. I really wanted to just pick the ones that I absolutely loved, and Wild Vanilla is definitely one of them. I am always going to be a sucker for any sort of vanilla fragrance, and Wild Vanilla is just the most delicious, straight up powdery vanilla scent. I really just use this one more as a layering fragrance. I think I could wear it on its own, similar to that Amber Suede scent. So Wild Vanilla has notes of whipped vanilla, tonka bean, and sugared musk. You have other vanilla scents from Bath & Body Works that I'm reaching for over this one. This is why this one earned a little bit lower ranking than some of my other vanillas. So 36th place goes to Wild Vanilla. In 35th place is another Milk Bar fragrance, and that is Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. This has notes of sugar cookie, raspberry jelly, and toasted almonds. I wouldn't necessarily say that in this fragrance I pick up very much of that almond scent. I think this also kind of smells very similar to the top of a crumble, like that very crumbly, sugary topping. That's what I get from this fragrance. It smells so good. I think this is one of the more wearable scents from this collection. I don't think this one you need to just wear during the holidays, even though it's called Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. I think you could get away with this all year. So yummy, and that is why this is in 35th place. In 34th place is another newer launch, and this is Moonlit Goddess. So Moonlit Goddess has notes of French lavender, pear blossom, and golden vanilla. I think this smells very, very similar to Vanilla Ease, but with a little bit stronger of a lavender note, which is why this one ranks lower than Vanilla Ease, which will be coming later on in the video. This one is so, so pretty. I think this could make a delicious scent for the evening time if you're trying to wind down. I know lavender is supposed to be more of a relaxing fragrance, so I might actually start using this for that purpose. I really have been enjoying this. This was not a scent that really piqued my interest when it was in the home fragrance, but I was so excited when this came to body care. Happy to have it in my collection. I'm really happy that Bath & Body Works brought this one out in body care, and that is why this one is in 34th place. In 33rd place is a fragrance that I don't think matches the name of it at all, and that is Gingerbread Latte. So when I hear gingerbread latte, I think that it's gonna smell like coffee, milk, and gingerbread cookies, and to me, this just smells like brown sugar. Don't get me wrong, I'm not upset about that. I love a sweet and sugary fragrance, but I do think that this one is incorrectly named. This one says it has notes of gingerbread, frosted pear, and brown sugar, but like I said, really all I'm getting from this is brown sugar. I might pick up a tiny hint of pear in the background. I'm definitely not getting any gingerbread. This one is quite delicious. It's not like an overwhelming standout in my collection, but it is really, really good. Like I said, I think it was incorrectly named, but nevertheless, it's a delicious scent, and it's in 33rd place. In 32nd place is Midnight Addiction. So this one has notes of ripe plum, rich almond flour, and addicted coffee bean. So this is from their Everyday Luxuries line, and all of their Everyday Luxury scents are inspired by higher end, more expensive fragrances. And I think this one smells very, very similar to YSL's Black Opium Les Parfums. The Les Parfums version is very similar to the original Black Opium, but it definitely has less of those floral aspects, and it's more just like a really rich coffee vanilla scent. So I actually prefer the Les Parfums version. So I was really, really happy when I got my nose on this one that it was more similar to that than the original Black Opium, which, don't get me wrong, the original Black Opium is great, but I think the Les Parfums version is just next level, and Midnight Addiction smells so similar to it, which is why this one is in 32nd place. In 31st place is a mist that they have sadly discontinued from the Everyday Luxuries line, and this is Pistachio Glaze. Pistachio Glaze has notes of pistachio cream, toasted vanilla, and sugared patchouli. This was my favorite pistachio scent from Bath & Body Works until I smelled another one, which will be later on in the ranking. I love this scent so, so much. This is definitely a rich and creamy pistachio, but you also get something very wearable and slightly more perfumey to it because it does have that sugared patchouli note. I love this one so, so much. I'm very happy that I have a bottle of it. Quite disappointing that they discontinued it. I don't know what this one is a dupe for. It seems like everyone was able to figure out what all the other dupes were for in this collection, but for some reason, people weren't quite sure what this one is a dupe for. If you know, leave me a comment down below because it's a mystery to me, but nevertheless, a wonderful and delicious pistachio fragrance that is in 30th place. All right, in 29th place is Starfruit Sangria. So this one has notes of golden starfruit, kiwi nectar, and chilled sangria. This is a super sweet, fruity, bubbly scent. I don't really get anything kind of boozy at all from this. I really just get something very bright and refreshing from this scent. I do think that this is a little bit more of a basic body mist fragrance. Definitely good for spring and summer because it is quite refreshing and light and fruity. So fun, and there's also just something so nostalgic about this scent. So that is why this one is in 29th place. In 28th place is a scent that honestly is just kind of your basic fruity floral, but again, there is something to it that really personally, I just absolutely love, and that is Gingham All American. So I feel like Gingham All American didn't really get a ton of buzz when it was first released. They released it as a flanker in the Gingham line and almost as like a core signature scent, but for some reason I feel like this one just didn't get a ton of attention, but I personally really loved it. So this has notes of juicy red fruits, white freesia, and blueberry sugar. I'm typically not a freesia person in fragrances. I find it to be a little bit off-putting, but I do think that the red fruits and the blueberry sugar in this overpower it enough where I don't really get any of that freesia. I feel like it almost leans a little bit shampoo-y or showery, but there is something about this that I just genuinely love it, and that is why this one has earned 28th place. In 27th place is one of my all-time favorite skin scents, and what I think is such an underrated scent from Bath & Body Works. I actually don't know if they even sell it anymore, but I made sure to pick it up because I just love it, and that is musk. So this one says it has notes of sheer orchid and airy musk for a delicate skin-like scent. This is truly a Your Skin But Better scent with just a touch of sweetness added to it. I personally just love a skin scent. I think they're just such an easy wear. This scent in particular, I feel like just wears so well with my body chemistry. When I'm wearing it, it truly is just a Your Skin But Better. So that is why this is in 27th place. In 26th place is such a fun scent, and that is Bright Christmas Morning. So this has notes of ripe red berries, blood orange, and crisp apple. This scent is just so sweet and refreshing. You have a little bit of that crisp apple in the background. I love the blood orange note in it, and because of that, this has earned 26th place. In 25th place, this is a scent that I bought in the mini, but I loved it so much that I wanted to make sure that I had it in the full size as well, and that is Glazed Pumpkin. So Glazed Pumpkin has notes of vanilla glaze, caramel woods, and pumpkin cream. This is the ultimate fall gourmand scent. This one is super sweet and pumpkin-y and caramely. I just love it. I will say though, this definitely is on the heavier side, so there are times when it is just a tad too much. I definitely think this is a cold weather or nighttime fragrance for sure, but it is so good. This one was a love at first sniff. I really hope they keep bringing this scent back, but if they don't, I have it in the full size, so I will love and savor this one, and so that is why it is in 25th place. Okay, in 24th place is a mist that I'm so sad that I didn't get in the full size, but I do have it in the mini, and I also have it in the 3-wick candle. It's from the Disney and Bath & Body Works collab, and that is the Princess Jasmine mist. So Princess Jasmine has notes of sparkling jasmine flower, jeweled currants, and soft woods. I personally love the scent of jasmine, and this is definitely jasmine heavy, but you also get a really sweet and delicious currant note in there, but it's all really rounded out with this nice woody note that kind of brings everything together, makes it super wearable, makes it very dark and seductive. This one reminds me so much of 76 from Sol de Janeiro. So if you are like me and you love the jasmine mist, but you are missing it, maybe you ran out, definitely give 76 a sniff because I do think that they are quite similar. But anyway, that is why jasmine is in 24th place. If you would have told me a couple months ago that this next mist would be making the top 25 in my entire collection, I would not have believed you. That is Champagne Apple and Honey. I just picked it up in a mini because I didn't really think I liked this that much. Upon first smell, I thought this was just a very generic apple scent. Then I used this scent in the body wash, and for whatever reason, using it in the body wash made me just absolutely fall in love with this fragrance. So Champagne Apple and Honey has notes of crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. Maybe it is just a generic apple fragrance, but I don't know. There's something about it. I think it's the honey jasmine that makes this scent so addicting. It's also a super easy wear because it is more like light and fruity and fresh. This was definitely not a love at first sight. It was more love comes softly, but I definitely have fallen in love. I'm so happy it's in my collection. And next year, if I have gone through the entire mist, I will probably buy a full size of it because it's just that good. Okay, in 23rd place is a scent that I absolutely love in the body mist, but I honestly don't really care for it in any other version, and that is Vanilla Ease. So Vanilla Ease has notes of lavender blossoms, creamy vanilla, and soft cedar wood. I think that Vanilla Ease in the mist smells just like Burberry Goddess, which is one of my all-time favorite fragrances, if not my all-time favorite fragrance. In all of the other versions of this, I get a really sharp and off-putting lavender scent that is just way too much. But in the mist, I get so much more of that creamy vanilla scent, and I think it is just so good. It's like a sweet, creamy vanilla. And then in the background, I get a little bit of that like aromatic lavender, and then a slightly woody background. background, and it's just so good. This makes such an excellent dupe of Burberry Goddess. So if you're someone that doesn't want to pay designer fragrance prices, but you do want to smell expensive, pick up Vanilla Ease in the body mist. It's so good, and it's in 22nd place. In 21st place is a scent that literally has the word autumn in the name, but I don't think really quite fits the fall vibe, and that is Autumn Drive. So Autumn Drive has notes of wild raspberry, warm amber, and vanilla birch. Autumn Drive is fruity, creamy vanilla, a slightly woody background. Also, to me, I feel like it has something that smells a little bit almost like bubblegum in the background, like almost a candied aspect to it. I love it in the mist, I love it in the body wash, I love it in the body butter. It's sweet, fruity, and delicious, but still there's a unique quality to it that I think makes it stand out in my collection, and that is why this is in 21st place. All right, we are finally in the top 20. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that button down below. I post videos like this all the time, and I would absolutely love to have you subscribe. Okay, maybe I like Apple more than I thought, because in 20th place is the Evil Queen Mist from the Disney Villains collab. This one has notes of dark red apple, vanilla suede, and wicked pear. I don't get any pear from this scent. I feel like this one is just a really creamy vanilla apple scent. I said this in my declutter, I don't really have any sort of attachment to the villains, so I wasn't gonna pick up either of the mists unless I actually genuinely liked the scent, and I thought that this one was 100% worth a pickup, and it's in 20th place. So absolutely love this scent. I think this one is nice and light and refreshing, but also has that really nice, sweet, rich vanilla. So 20th place goes to Evil Queen. Okay, I mentioned before that there was a pistachio scent that I loved that overtook Pistachio Glaze in the ranking, and that is the Toasted Pistachio Mist from the Scent Lab collection. I wish they sold these in bigger bottles because I don't really want to have duplicates, but they only offer it in the minis. And this one has notes of pistachio, almond blossom, and whipped vanilla. But I think this one smells like a delicious vanilla ice cream. It's super creamy, it's super sweet. It doesn't have any of the patchouli in it, which I think is why I prefer this one to Vanilla Glaze, but this is great on its own. It's great to layer. It's such a good and underrated pistachio scent. I love having this in my collection, and that is why it's in 19th place. In 18th place is an oldie but a goodie, and that is Vanilla Bean Noel. This one has notes of fresh vanilla bean, warm caramel, sugar cookies, whipped cream, and snow-kissed musk. This one comes out every year. This one has been around for so long. This one smells extremely similar to Indult Toda, and also like the Vanilla Cashmere EOS body lotion. This is just such a classic, creamy vanilla caramel scent. If you love a vanilla, if you love a gourmand, this is just top tier. I know in years past this has smelled a little off, but I do think that this year's version is wonderful. I feel like I almost get more of a vanilla sugar aspect to it. I love wearing this on its own. I love layering this. It really is one of the best vanillas from Bath & Body Works and just in general. And that is why 18th place goes to Vanilla Bean Noel. In 17th place is Snowflakes and Cashmere. This has notes of vanilla cashmere cream, caramel woods, and frosted clementine. I feel like this scent is the skin scent version of a citrusy, caramely vanilla scent. I think this one wears very close to the skin, almost a your skin but better type fragrance. It's cozy, it's warm, it's sweet, it's slightly citrusy, just kind of in the background. When I smell this scent, it immediately takes me to holiday time, and that is why this one is in 17th place. In 16th place is Inner Angel. This one has notes of spiced apple cognac, tonka bean, and warm praline. One of my favorite fragrances, maybe of all time, is Angel Share from Kilian, and that's what this scent is a dupe of. So to be honest, I might actually even prefer this one to Angel Share because I really do just love how sweet and apple pie-like this scent is. This smells like a spiced apple pie filling. It's cozy, it's warm, it's comforting. It's definitely a nighttime or a cold weather scent. I don't think you could really get away with this one on a hot day or like a spring or summer day, but it is delicious. It really just feels like a warm hug. And because of that, it's in 16th place. In 15th place is my girl Mary Cookie, okay? I've said this before, I'll say it again, I hate the packaging of this, but the scent inside is next level. So this has notes of fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. This smells like a warm, buttery, fresh sugar cookie. It's vanilla, it's baked goods, but it's not too sweet, and I think that's why I like this. Why they made the packaging look like this, I don't know. I think it's ugly. If you like it, I'm happy for you. I personally don't. But I have this in the mist, I have it in the lotion. It's such a delicious fragrance, perfect for the holidays, and it's in 15th place. In 14th place is Cereal Milk Soft Serve from the Milk Bar collection. This one has notes of soft ice cream, golden cornflakes, and frosted sugar. I don't know how they're able to capture like the true scent of food and turn it into a body mist, but that's exactly what they do. So I thought this was maybe gonna be like a Frosted Flakes ice cream type scent, but this is definitely like cornflakes and ice cream, which I feel like saying out loud sounds disgusting, but for whatever reason, this scent is unbelievable. It does smell like if somebody were to make ice cream out of the cereal milk after you've eaten a bowl of cornflakes. Despite how unique this is, it is very wearable. I don't have anything like it in my collection. So happy to have it. They really did a great job with this scent. Like I said, I've been very, very impressed with the Milk Bar collection and extra impressed with Cereal Milk Soft Serve. In 13th place is one of my loves, and that is Dream Bright. So this is notes of sapphire berries, night blooming orchid, and crystallized vanilla. This is a super rich and deep berry fragrance with almost, I feel like, an ambery background. Like I feel like that crystallized vanilla comes through almost as an amber note. I feel like this is just the ultimate wintertime fragrance. I have this in the lotion. I have this in the body wash. I'm so excited to use this in the upcoming winter months. It's just absolutely perfect for that time of year, and I love it. In 12th place is a scent that I didn't even mean to buy. It just came in a set with another fragrance that I was going out of my way to purchase, but I ended up liking this one a lot more, and that is Whipped Coconut Milkshake. So this has notes of vanilla ice cream, toasted coconut, and sugared amber. Sometimes I just really don't like the way coconut comes across. I really, really want like a sweet, creamy coconut. And sometimes certain coconut fragrances, that's just not what they're giving. But this one, that is exactly what it's giving. This smells like a sweet, delicious, creamy vanilla coconut ice cream. I love this as just a summertime gourmand, although I would wear this literally any time of year because it's just that good. I didn't intend to buy it, but I'm very, very happy that I did because it is one of my all-time favorite body mists in my collection. In 11th place is Pure Wonder, which they recently brought back, which I'm very, very excited about because I absolutely love this scent. This has notes of iced rosé, star jasmine, and warm white amber. I feel like it's definitely that amber and that jasmine that really, really get me on this fragrance, but there's something definitely refreshing about this scent, and I think it's coming from that iced rosé. I feel like Pure Wonder smells so expensive. It's extremely crowd pleasing. It's just such an easy wear. It's refreshing, it's sweet, it's delicious, it's feminine, and that is why this is in 11th place. All right, we are finally in the top 10. We are almost there, and in 10th place is Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud. This has notes of Macaron Delight, Parisian Sponge Sugar, and pink berries. This is just the ultimate sugary cotton candy, berry, slightly baked good scent. This is another one of those scents where it's just extremely crowd pleasing, such an easy wear. This is definitely one of my go-to body mists. It's so refreshing and also kind of candy-like. It just makes me so happy. It smells so, so good. I really don't have anything else like it in my collection, and that's why this is in 10th place. In 9th place is the Belle Mist from the Disney and Bath & Body Works collab. So this one has notes of rose petals, sparkling buttercup, and whipped vanilla. This is by far my favorite scent from the Disney collab. I actually was a little disappointed in a lot of the scents from that collaboration because I feel like they all were quite floral, which I get because it's supposed to be more of like a princessy feminine collab. But as someone who loves more vanilla scents, it was just not quite my vibe, but Belle definitely was. You absolutely get the rose note in this, which I'm not always crazy about, but I think when rose is done right, it is just phenomenal. And especially when you pair it with a delicious whipped vanilla. I think this one shines in the spring, but definitely is a mist you could wear all year long. I really think this one could be like a signature fragrance. I hope that one day they bring this one back because it's just so good, and that is why this is in 9th place. In 8th place is Cozy Vanilla Bourbon. This has notes of warm bourbon, dark fruit, and vanilla liqueur. They're not selling this one in stores this year, and I've actually only smelled this one in the body wash, which I was not crazy about. But I took a leap of faith and I ordered this one. I blind bought this one, and I am so happy that I did because for whatever reason, I'm obsessed with this in the mist. I think I just get a lot more of the rich vanilla and a little bit less of that boozy quality. And don't get me wrong, I don't dislike a boozy note in fragrance, but when it overtakes the scent too much, sometimes I find it off-putting. But this to me just smells like a delicious, rich, creamy, sweet vanilla scent, and I love it. I think it's perfect for the holidays. I love this for layering as well, and that is why this is in 8th place. So in 7th place is Iced Lemon Pound Cake. This has notes of sugary glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy pound cake. So unlike strawberry pound cake, I find this one to be less heavy, less dense. I definitely do get that cakey note in here, but I think because it's paired with that light and refreshing lemon note, that's able to kind of uplift the fragrance, and I just love it. I love a sweet fragrance, I love a gourmand, I love a citrusy fragrance, and I feel like Iced Lemon Pound Cake is really just the best of all of those worlds combined into one scent, and so that is why this one made the top 10. I love it. This was definitely one of those love at first sniff fragrances. I really, really hope that they bring this one back because I think it's so good. I think it's a crowd pleaser, and it's just one of my favorites in my collection. In 6th place, I feel like this is kind of an oddball out of left field that this one even made the top 10, but that is Platinum. So Platinum has notes of sparkling bergamot, silver blooms, and patchouli musk. Just looking at the notes, this doesn't seem like it would be something that I would love, but I don't know what it is. There is something about this scent that I find to be so intoxicating, so addicting, and just so delicious. This definitely smells very, very high end. I think this one actually won some sort of fragrance award. It's a little woody, it's sweet, it's ever so slightly citrusy from the bergamot, and if you're someone that doesn't like patchouli, don't worry because I really don't pick up much patchouli in this scent. It's just so good. It's just so good. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they did, but I love Platinum so, so, so much. I have it in the lotion, I have it in the body wash, and I'm just obsessed. So 6th place. Okay, in 5th place, we have Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower. Another one that I feel like is quite random, but there is just something about this scent that I am absolutely in love with. I think it's almost that green banana note that's in here. So this is notes of passion fruit, pineapple leaves, and banana flower. This one reminds me a lot of Beach Walk from Replica, which is why I think I like this so much. This really is just like a nice, delicious, fruity, tropical scent. I really do think it is that banana flower that I just am obsessed with. I just add something so unique and delicious to this fragrance. This is my go-to summertime scent for sure. I love this one, obviously. It got 5th place. I don't really like warm weather, but I will say I am looking forward to warm weather so that I have an excuse to wear this one again because it's just that good. In 4th place is a scent that I actually really didn't think much of the first time I smelled it, but over time it has become one of my favorite scents, and that is Velvet Sugar. So another one that I picked up during semi-annual sale. This has notes of red velvet cream, golden plum, sugared musk, pink jasmine, and wild strawberries. This one smells so good, and I feel like when it really shines is in the dry down because I feel like I get almost like a custardy, creamy note to it that is just so delicious. It smells extra good too when I pair it with the lotion, although I am savoring the lotion because I know that this one was a bring back for semi-annual sale, so I don't know when this one will be coming back again. And so 4th place goes to Velvet Sugar. In 3rd place is the Diamond of the Season Mist from the Bridgerton collection. I actually considered wearing this one on my wedding day. I didn't end up going with this scent. I ended up going with a different fragrance, but that's how much I love this scent. I think this is so sweet and feminine and fruity, and although this one doesn't have a cake note to it, I do feel like I do get something almost cakey or like baked good to this scent. So this is notes of sparkling peach, spring daffodil, and radiant jasmine. Again, with the jasmine, I guess I just love jasmine fragrances. This one could be a wonderful signature scent fragrance, but it's also great for spring. I love it. I feel like I don't really pick up any of the daffodil in this scent. It's more so just the peach and the jasmine. And then, like I said, something that smells almost cake-like to it, at least to my nose. I hope that one day they bring this back. I don't anticipate that they will, but it's so good. In 2nd place is a newer scent that I immediately fell in love with, and that is Milk Bar Birthday Cake. So this has notes of layered vanilla cake, creamy frosting, and rainbow sprinkles. It smells exactly like cake with a delicious vanilla frosting and some sprinkles on top. It's sweet, it's light, it's cakey. I find this scent to just be so addicting. Like, I really loved it the first time I smelled it, but as I used it, I would find myself craving this scent. They released this one before all of the other scents in the collection, collection, but I really think that this is the best one. The other ones are really good, don't get me wrong, but there is just something about the Milk Bar birthday cake scent that I can't get enough of. Like, I absolutely cannot get enough of. I bought this in the body cream because they don't sell it in the body lotion, which I don't typically do, but I had to have it. It's so good. It's one of my favorites. I also don't really buy backups, but I would consider buying a backup of this. Second place. Okay, in first place is a scent that I actually didn't really completely care for the first time I smelled it, but it just became so addicting. I have fallen truly, madly, deeply in love with this scent. And unfortunately, it's actually discontinued, so I can definitely see myself buying a backup of this off of Macaron in the future because this is my number one. This is my number one out of all of these fragrances, out of all of the Bath & Body Works mists that I have ever tried. This is it. This is number one. And that is Sweet Petal Pound Cake. So this is notes of candied rose, raspberry swirl, and frosted bundt cake. What I love about this scent so much is that it's sweet and it's cakey, but it's also extremely wearable. It has some sweetness from the raspberry, but it also has that rose note that I think give it a little bit more of a perfume quality that makes me want to reach for it a little bit more. Somehow the balance between the cake and the rose are just absolute perfection to me. It also feels funny saying that my favorite scent is a rose fragrance because, like I've said, I don't typically love rose. There are a lot of rose fragrances that I actively dislike, but this one I'm in love with. I'm absolutely in love with. I hope and I pray that one day Bath & Body Works brings this back because I will buy many bottles, I will buy lotions, I will buy body washes, I will buy it all. It's just that good. It's just that good, and it is my all-time favorite Bath & Body Works scent. So there you have it. We ranked every single Bath & Body Works mist in my collection. If you like videos like this, I also recently ranked all of my Sol de Janeiro body mists, so make sure you go watch that one next. Leave me a comment down below of your all-time favorite Bath & Body Works fragrance. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.